lot of events that I know you guys saw moving back and forth between single player co-op, that progression from online games.
There'll be no sort of offline training mode or anything like that.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grown men and grown women, gamers and haters, humans and creatures from the metallic archaea, aka these creatures that you see in this game. What is going on, world? Thank you for coming by as we get set for another event from madgamer.com. And today's event is a little unique from my normal esports events, but it should be some fun. We got some skilled players. We got a brand new game. We got a prize everybody's fighting for. Most of all, we just got Metal Gear. And hopefully we'll get a Metal Gear in the gameplay from the players. So, what is going on? First of all, what you're watching right now is exclusive story campaign for Metal Gear Survive that I played myself a week ago in New York City. Konami invited me to a private event, and this is the footage of that, and it was a great time as the reality struck that Survive is really a survival game, and I'm sitting here fighting for food and sometimes having a hard time with these goats. Can't get them, gotta get them. But it was interesting because a Metal Gear game spin-off bringing survival elements was so different than what I'm used to with Metal Gear. But it was a lot of fun, and when players get their full game, they won't understand how much survival this game really is. Like, your health is depleting, your hunger is depleting, and you're just trying to stay alive. It's literally what you're trying to do the whole time. As you can see, I'm having a hard time getting the rhythm. This is the first half hour of the game, and I'm running around trying to get goats. So the story is pretty good. It's deep. It's an open world environment. You're scavenging for materials, hunting for food, gathering resources, and just overall dealing with a lot of stuff in the universe that I'm not going to get into at the moment. But then there's also, which we're going to see today all day, is the co-op, which is tons of fun. And the co-op is a 4-player co-op, and you'll be defending, infiltrating, and then defending different things that we'll get into the modes later. So today we're gonna see footage of that, players trying to win, and hopefully they do. And we have a team ready to go. They're gonna start this event right now. Really good fun time with this game here. I'm excited about it because it's tons of fun in general. So get ready, get ready, get ready. They're gonna be playing level 15 on normal, and they're going to get started right now. And I'll explain the game mode, I'll explain all the extra details, and make it happen as we go. Alrighty. Once again, this is just a story playthrough. We're about to make it happen with the actual players and have them set to go. When they're ready, I'm ready. We're gonna showcase their skills. We're gonna call this team let's just call it Team Solid. Alright, we're gonna keep it simple today and just name these teams. Team Solid is up. They have to get ready and get inside their thing. It's a good time today. I'm actually I'm finding this pretty hilarious with Team Solid, because they're actually doing some funny stuff, some fun and funny stuff that we'll get into in a second when you see their setup pretty soon. I thought it was pretty funny what they're doing. And now they're just loading up, and the tournament has begun. we're going to see them take action for the first time, and it's a pretty interesting game. This is waves of enemies. They have to survive 3 waves, but they start off by entering the map, and now they can scavenge for items. This is a survival game, so they can gather resources for the current game and for the future. So as you're gonna see here, we have Hijack. We're highlighting right now, wearing pink. The whole team is wearing pink today, so you got to give them credit. They're actually coordinating together very well so far, and I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. So the deal here is that they're just scavenging and gathering resources and preparing for their mission that's coming up very soon. And as you can see here, this is the second player, looking similar to the first player. As you can tell, they have different head pieces, and one of them is shirtless. This gentleman here is DR. DR is heading straight to the base, while Hijack is scavenging for items, running around, doing the best he can to gather resources. And it's a pretty good setup. Interesting. You got 4 players. You have side missions. Right now they just highlighted a side mission. We're going to watch Hijack go and try to complete a side mission, and all of this adds up to their resources, points system, and overall that's a key part for the overall end game, as they want to score the highest points possible in this game mode. The way it works is players are going to have to try their best to make sure they score big. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the audio here just to make sure we got that rolling. It's going to be a fun time when you watch these guys compete. And right now, beautiful stuff. Stealth kill here. There is a lot of stealth elements in this game, more so than people would expect for a survival horde defense. So now they got 3 minutes, right? They can do anything. Place traps, place defenses like these fences right here, and they're doing the best they can at the moment, trying to figure it all out, taking it one step at a time. I'm pretty sure these guys are going to play smart and really go as hard as possible because they don't want to lose. And it looks like they're going to get a challenge right off the top with this predicted route here where the enemies are going to spawn. And at the moment, you're looking at Hijack just kind of preparing where to be, what to do. He's rocking the big old Final Fantasy blade. And it's going to be a blast to see who can take this and what creative skills they're going to be having. As you can see, he's going to trap out the area to keep the enemies boxed in, most likely. It's not a bad tactic, smart move. There's a lot of benefits in this game. As you see, he puts an actual trap down right on the floor so that once they get there, they're going to be struck with his trap. So as you can see, these are the defenses for the game and the important parts of being able to stay in control and in charge. Now we're going to take a second to look at DR here. They've already got some enemies. They're looking to take them all out. Doing good stuff with the fire there. One of my favorite things is fire. Because it just can kill multiple enemies and do a lot of damage overall. So far so good. They're doing well. They're pressing the enemy. Right now, as you can see, DR already finishing a side mission. He was right next to one. And they're just working smart, working together, doing the best they can. We're going to take a second and look at continue to watch DR right here as he's protecting that area where the wormholes are dropping. How does this game mode work? What is going on in this game mode? It's pretty basic. These guys are defending a wormhole digger. The digger is gathering energy. As you can see on the bottom right, it is collecting the energy, and whoever extracts the most is the winner. That's pretty much the game mode of how we're going to set this tournament up. And what happens is these wormholes drop these creatures, and these creatures try to get to your digger so that you can stop getting energy, and you have to kill them off and stop them from doing so. So as you see here, some great headshot skills there by the one and only Hijack, and now they're battling it off right now, taking out enemies. There's some really great melee attacks there by Hijack, prepping for a big bash and smash. Great stuff. As you can see, he's doing well with that blade. He makes me want to play with that blade. He's in love with that thing. I've seen how he plays. He's a pretty good player with it. I usually use small, fast-hitting, multi-attack weapons, but these and the format he uses them in, it's really good stuff so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing by him, and we're gonna take a second and go back to DR, who pulled out the shotgun. He's letting it rain on these guys, doing the best he can, and their scores are already high in the first round. They've already hitting up the 8,000 mark, 80,000. So they're looking good as far as overall, and they're using this tactic to speed up the digger so they can get more points. And very smart move, very, very good for their overall ability here. As you see DR tear it up. So now that first wave finish, and they're doing really good as far as score goes, as far as protection goes. Overall, they're doing good. As you see here, DR marking one of the territories, heading right over there. And these things is one really cool aspect of the Metal Gear series, is the fact that they let you do side missions, infiltrate, and you can stealth kill people. Right now, he's not stealth killing the enemy, but you could stealth kill them, infiltrate it, grab the side mission, which was that cardboard box supply drop. And now they finished their side missions. Now they can still scavenge for items. They have about 2 minutes left. And this is where they just gather themselves, put up defenses, you know, craft new weapons or craft new items and gadgets that they might need, and doing things like that that are very important. Let's watch Hijack here. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here. That's what we're seeing from these guys as they take their time and they do things right. That was a good round. That was great teamwork and great coordination for a team that I actually put together. These were players who didn't have a team, to be honest, and they wanted to come in, and I said, all right, go right ahead, let's have some fun. And they ended up coming. First time playing together is right now. So you're looking at a brand new team, but this team is already taking care of business, placing the right traps, just doing what it takes to win so far. So you got to give them credit for that. Let's see. Oh, commercial. Let's see what we got going on overall. So now he's crafting some items. He's looking to, of course, to get his weapons back, and he feels like he's ready to go. And this is a good time to just pace yourself, strategize with your team. What's next? What are we gonna do? Etc. Etc. So at the moment, he's probably gonna just recraft all his defenses, all his gears and weapons, and then we're gonna move on to the matches from here. So first round, so good so far by these guys. I think their score says it all. They're really taking care of business at the moment. I like what I'm seeing by this team. they're playing casual, focused, determined. They have the strategy, and the match started now. We're gonna go ahead and turn over to see what is going on here. Right now, DR. We're gonna stay with DR. I like the fact that they have a color coordination. Should have called them the Pink Squad instead of Team Solid. So now they're at it at the moment, protecting, jumping ahead. This is what I do a lot: is run straight to the wormholes, kill off the enemies, and continue to build from there. They've already passed the 100 mark, which is exactly what I would expect from a great team so far. Um, Only two of these players know each other. The rest, the other two are new to each other, new to the other two. So it's pretty interesting to see the dynamic of them working together, figuring it out as they go. And I like what I'm seeing right now. So far by both teams. I think they're doing well. And in the second round here, if they can push the pace and get to S rank already, then they're going to be one of the top teams, hands down. It's not easy to score big unless your team is all working really hard. Everybody's continuously active, not just getting kills, but protecting the digger as well as activating the digger's speed up. Now that takes a lot of time and determination because you have to gather your weapons and items, defenses. You see here they're just spamming fire, which is one of the best, most powerful. Nice little two-man team happening right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing by these guys. Let's go ahead and watch Hijack here. He's in the back end fighting off tons of guys all alone, but with that big old Final Fantasy blade, I think he's doing all right for himself. He did just get injured. This game does have injuries. You got to heal yourself. There's a lot of survival elements in the game as well. So far, so good. With a minute left, they still have a lot of time, and they're almost at the S rank. This is crazy good by them, protecting their digger and not allowing the enemies to attack it. Then also just scoring as much as humanly possible. Possibly going to be the top team. They're the first team, but they might be the best team overall with how they're playing right now. You got to give them that credit and respect so far. As you see, he's using a strategy here, which I love to use, which is getting behind the enemy, killing them from behind, just taking them out, and it really does help because those bombers blow up and they destroy everything around them. And now check this out. He's leading them right towards his pretty cool device here. Setup. That's a smart move there with the torn gun in front of the traps. And it's getting electrocuted and then getting shot. It's a pretty bad way to die, isn't it? But I'm loving what I'm seeing. I think these guys are doing really well. They almost hit the S rank by the end of this mission. It looks like they just might. Props and respect to these guys. That right there, my friends, is top-notch gameplay by these guys. I'm really, really impressed. I'm talking about they just might have this. They gathered over 200,000 energy extract points. So you're talking big, huge numbers right now. As it looks like this guy DR's a better look right now as he's setting up for his side mission, switching over to his gameplay, and he's out there stealth killing. As you can see, the great stealth kills, Metal Gear style. In this game, you know, has these little features. This is a co-op part, right? In the story, you can do a lot of those stealth kills, but in the co-op, you're defending a base, and it's more attack, attack, defend, defend. But there are these side missions where you can get the chance to be stealthy, infiltrate, kill off an enemy, gather the resource or whatever it is that you need to do in the side mission. So I thought that's pretty intriguing, interesting, awesome. I love the timeouts. I love the between the waves ability to do exactly what we just saw there. Nice little quick stealth kill so he can grab the side mission, get it done, and go forward. So far, so good. DR taking care of business, and their team is doing amazing. Team solid is what we're calling them today. And this team right here, already, I'm promised they're going to be in the top two just from looking at the score. I've only scored like this when I had friends who are really skilled and were coordinating and planning accordingly. So the fact that they're already there, it is big time. Big time, big time. 204 right now is what they're sitting on. As you can see on the bottom right, the total iris energy extracted. That's the score we're trying to see who gets the most of. And I don't even think there's a limit to how much you can get. I think that it just depends on how much you really can get. And it's going to be interesting as this game develops how much more points people are going to be using in the future. But for right now, man, you're talking about some serious skill by these teams at the moment. So now I don't have their audios playing, and I should, which I'm going to right now. I'm going to play that audio just a little bit, just so you guys can be able to hear some of it. Alrighty, so right now this D-Walker is a great device that we have in the game that I really love. And DR is here trying to spam it. And they're having a good time with protecting their areas. So for the most part, you know, guys are staying in their lane and taking out the guys in their wormhole areas. And then you got this guy right here who's heading to the side missions, trying to give his teams a better score. And let's see if he can get inside of here. I don't know if there's a detonator in there. No, there isn't. And, pretty cool. This right here is just another side mission, gathering this box, getting the resources. He's gonna head on out. So far, so good. These guys are gonna reach 300 plus thousand points. That is amazing. If when you'll see other teams, if they let's see if they can do the same. I'm not sure. You can't predict how great a team is or how smart they could play, you know. But so far, we're talking about top tier stuff from these guys. They're like not playing around, and it's just a great display of skill here. First round is going to be on level 15, and the second round is going to be level 20 for the game. So it should be good. We'll see how it goes. And there it is. liking what I'm seeing from DR. He's top notch right now as far as his ability to just take his time and do a side mission for his team and do the important stuff. A lot of people want to worry about the score, but a score doesn't give you the team win, you know. So being able to do side missions and take care of business outside of just your own score is key. What's going to be interesting later is the finalists. When the final team goes and they're the finalists for the game, they will have to play against each other. Whoever's the top player gets the #1 prize, and that's going to be interesting because I don't know who's going to take it. But we'll see what happens as the time goes. A lot of these guys, you know, just want to have fun with this game. It's a co-op experience, and there it is. And now you're looking at the final 30 seconds of the game, and they almost scored 400,000. They got themselves 350,000+. You know, you gotta give them that props big time. Again, it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task at all. So I actually commend them for being that good and being able to do their thing the way they have so far. Yeah, no. Now we're gonna close it out with their score here. As you see, 361,000. That's big. That's big. Big stuff from the great team so far, right? But it's not over yet, Snake. It's just the start. We're gonna find out the exact total in a minute and see what they did. 3,600. There it is. That's the score. And now I'm keeping score here. That was good. Props to them. They did a great job. Let's see what could happen on the next round. I'm giving them super credit for that right there. That was huge. A huge, 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 huge. So there goes the first round. We're going to take a good 2-minute break for the teams to prep, the second team to prep and gather themselves as we go forward in this setup here. Hopefully this second team can take the W and also show us that type of awesome skill, because first team already just displayed like, look, we're great, we know we're great, and we got what it takes. Props to them being the first team to score that big and that special. And right now we're doing a little slow motion. Great stuff, great stuff. Can't even lie. You gotta give props where props is due. And they showed what it's up. Team solid with a high score. And you know, that was just the first round, but I think they did a good job in my opinion. So let's see what happens here coming up shortly. Next team, I'm going to call them Team Liquid. I'm naming them for myself for the stream. and we'll see what happens as we go. All right, so let's check out Team Liquid and see what they're doing with their lives at the moment. I'm gonna take off this story gameplay footage that I got, and we're gonna go into, hold on a second. Go into the second team here. If my OBS wouldn't act crazy. And apologies, folks. Something's going wrong. Let's give me a second here. So he's infiltrating at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with his gameplay, but we'll work it out. So right now they're infiltrating Team Liquid. Apologies for the technical difficulties here. One of the players' setup isn't proper, and I'm working through it at the moment. Trying to hope that it gets solved sooner than later, as they still have time before the mission starts, so we'll be fine by then, hopefully. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Working it out right now. There it is, and everybody's set. So we're watching Team Liquid, and they're just gathering resources, trying to prep themselves and be ready. And we'll see what happens here as they move forward into the base. Oh my. Apologies, folks. This is not good. So they're about to get started. The mission is beginning in 1.5 minutes. We got the first team up. Team Solid scored 3,6,100 plus points. And now we're gonna see the second wave here, which is, we'll see how good they can do, but as of right now, they're about to start their mission. They just started it, and we're picking up the pace as we go from here. So there it is. The mission started. You can see they're going to do the right thing, take their time, gather the resources, get it together, make it happen. As we watch them, I'm going to go ahead and prep to see if I can get you guys the great coverage here. You can watch some of there it is. Perfect. So right now they're already scoring good. I don't know if they're going to be able to outlast and outdo Team Solid, but they just need to get into second place so they can move on to the second round. That's all that matters. But they are playing smart. They did activate the digger to go faster, and they're sitting here doing the side missions and taking care of all the small things that are important. As you see, Mr. Boss, they call him here, he's headed straight towards the enemy, slowly diving towards him, looking to just melee attack him. Great headshot kill there. And something's wrong with their feeds. These are live broadcasts of their gameplay, but they're not functioning properly at the moment, and it's a problem. But hopefully that works out. At the moment, they're doing pretty good. I would say they're all right. Their first round's almost over, and they're scoring just enough to get through. And we'll see what happens as we go, right? So now, the last 30 seconds. So far, so good. I'm liking what I'm seeing by these guys. They've already reached A, which is big, but their points aren't as high as the first teams was to start the first round. So they're gonna have to figure it out and work it out. But you can't sleep on the teams, because all it takes is one good push, one good play. The score can change easily as they go forward. Right now, the issue with the players, guys, just so you guys can know what is happening, is some of these players, I guess their internet is acting up. The game isn't lagging. They're streaming this, and we're capturing their streams, and at the moment there is an issue. So apologies for the experience here. The first round went a little smoother. We had some good streams up and everything went smoother, but right now some of their streams here are a little bit lackluster, but I think we'll be fine. I'm gonna stick with Mrs. Doubtfire here. We're gonna call her Mrs. Doubtfire, as she runs around, jumps through the window, and we make it happen. So far, so good for this team. They already reached A. They already have 76,000. That is not a bad score. And the placement here is amazing. They got 2 traps just in case enemies get in. They're putting guns right at the doors. These are automatic shooting weapons. So far, they have the idea. I think the issue, what I would say for me is strategy-wise, the way I would play this is not even worry about the defenses at the wormhole and head straight to where they spawn from and just kill them as they come out to help improve our score. You know, that's where I think, for me as a player, that's what I would focus on. And, you know, I think depends on the team and how they feel the best strategy is. But here we go. The mission is starting again, and now they're going to have a chance to try to score big and do some big moves for their teams. As of right now, they're defending the base. It's their focus. And as you saw from the first team solid, it did amazing because they were actually attacking the enemy's positions. And that's how I play. I have one guy at the base, and then everybody else is off. As you can see here, he's at the base. He's going to be the #1 key guy. This might look like he's not doing much, but him speeding up that wormhole digger like he just did right now is going to make the difference on how much they score and help them score big, because more enemies come out, you gather more energy. So it's a key component if you really want to score big and get the most energy you can in this game. You know, in the story, you're trying to survive, and energy is going to help stop all of the madness. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the beginning of the game, you're in the clouds and you're wearing a mask, and then it clears up and you take your mask off. But that's a part of the story mode also. Really interesting parts that I won't get into right now. But see, this guy's a great player, putting out his wormhole, protecting the area, making sure that nobody's getting in. Great placements of the torrents as well. Just decent play here by this player. Taking care of business. Respect, props to him as he moves forward, handling his business. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Give me your feedback and thoughts, guys. This isn't an official esports event. This is more of a community gathering, and I would like to hear your thoughts on the strategies and tactics that you guys like to see or use, or questions and comments about what is going on in this thing. Because if you're new and you don't know this game that's not even out yet, this is the beta, you're like, what the hell are they doing? Okay, they're running around. This guy's running around like a weirdo. He has all these fences he placed, the torrents. What is they really doing? You know, so as of right now, as you can see, they don't have the digger activated, and that's where they're going wrong, in my opinion. As you see, he's heading over right now so that he can speed it up, and that is right there exactly what I was talking about, the key to scoring big. And already they have 1,500 plus, but that's not good enough. You had a team with 300,000 compared to that score right there. And I don't know what's going on. I don't think they're going to be able to win the first team. The first team has it down packed, the strategies, and looking really good so far. And this team right here can still make it in depending on the next team and the next setup. This first 2 waves here aren't good enough to be able to say that they're going to win the match, you know. It's going to be up to the third team. All right, so there goes the second wave, and they're sitting on 1,800. I don't think that's enough. First of all, they're not going to get to 300,000, so they're going to have to work with trying to be second place. So if this next round they can hit 250, 280, I think they'll be good to be able to not secure, but challenge for second place. Only 2 teams will make it to the next round. Only 2 teams got what it takes. So far, so good. I like that. Now he's doing a side mission. You see here, stealth kill, Metal Gear style. Though this game is a spin-off, kind of like Metal Gear Rising was a spin-off, and Metal Gear Rising was a hack and slash all the way through with barely any stealth. This game actually has a lot of stealth possibilities. So I like that. let's see if the first player's stream is a little better. So far, so good. He went and did a side mission. Now he has a D-Walker. Very overpowered weapons, but they're kicking each other. Hilarious. To me, so far so good for this team. It's not like they're going to be last. I think that they have a chance to fight for second place, at least. They would have to score a huge amount to win this round here. This tournament is both players can play on the Xbox, PlayStation, and anything. But right now, I believe this is on the PS4 for them. I don't know how good their internet is. The first team had a really crisp setup, but as of right now, second team's a little hurt. They're low on the numbers, but they're doing pretty good for a second team. I just got so impressed with Team Solid. They scored so big on that first run that I'm impressed to right now with how well they did. And now this last wave started, and if these guys can score anywhere close to 300, then they're sitting pretty, and they're going to be in there. If they can surpass, that would be very impressive to me, personally. We're going to see what they could do, but they are smart and very tactical with their positioning. They just need to be a little more aggressive. That would be my suggestion. Is, for example, just staying around here. It's not going to give them a score that they need for the moment. But as you see, this player here, he's decided to do a side mission. And we'll see what type of tactics he's going to use, running and gunning over there. Or is he going to actually stealth kill this guy? It looks like he wants to stealth kill him. Taking his time, playing it smart. But some of these guys you don't have to stealth kill because they're pretty much non-important. But it depends on how you want to play it. And there it is. He's got caught. He's getting owned right now. Good shots there with this spear. I'm actually going to try out the spear more. I didn't use it as much for the co-op multiplayer. For the story, you start off with a spear. That's all you have. So I took my time. You see here, he's using a great tactic, the wormhole, to wormhole back to his base. Very, very smart tactic by all the players. So far, they're sitting really good. With 3 minutes left, they have 250 plus points. They can possibly surpass Solid, which would suck for Solid because then they have a chance of losing overall. But right now they're doing a really good job. This is credit and respect as we're watching the boss himself, is what he calls himself, actually smart move by doing the side missions here and trying to gather extra resources as you go forward, stealth killing off. That specific creature is actually called a detonator, and if it sees you, it'll self-destruct. But if you stealth kill it, you can gather resources like he's doing right now, right out of his spine. Kind of just like Metal Gear Rising. In Metal Gear Rising, you can cut off limbs to gather stuff from the enemies. So same thing happening there. As you see again, he uses his wormhole. Just smart moves by him, doing the side missions, being able to stay intact, and playing really good for his team. And they are going to reach the 3,000, and they might even surpass the first team, which is actually very impressive when you think about how good the other team did. With a minute left, they have to go crazy with kills. But if they get 361, they're right there in the same score as Team Solid. So Team Liquid doing really good. They're looking like a second team already. They're going to be ranked second already. But there's still a bunch of other players left. Two other teams that are going to be facing off and being ready to go when the time comes. Already perfect. Right there, guys, we're sitting on at least 300 and I would say 40. Ooh, this spear is beautiful. I'm gonna have to start using a spear, man. Look at that move. I love that move. Wow. Yeah, I'm going with a spear, man. I'm going with a spear next play. I actually underestimated it, but it might be a great weapon. I'm loving this thing. Look at that. It's sick. And there it is. The final score, exactly as I said, more or less. 339 points for these guys. That is a really decent score. 339 points plus some extra, of course. Man, that is unreal. Props to the second team for being able to put up numbers. I didn't expect them to score that much because the first round was a little weak, but I guess they stepped it up. Great stuff by this team. They did well. They did better than I expected. I have to swallow my words and stop doubting. Props to them. That right there was great stuff. What's funny is you see here the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the ranking of each player. And when the official final game happens, we're gonna see who's the top player, and that top player is going to win the prize. For this tournament here that we're trying to present to you guys. That was great. All right, I gotta give credit where credit is due. I underestimated them because the first team was so impressive, and the first team is still impressive. They're still up at least to 20,000 plus points, so they're gonna possibly be the leaders in this new movement here. But yeah, so let's keep watching some of this story here. This right here is exclusive footage of me defending the first time you reach a fast travel device, and I'm trying to stop the enemies from destroying it so I can actually use it and learn to fast travel in the story, because the map is so big that you're gonna have to fast travel a whole lot. And it's a pretty cool stuff. We're gonna see me redo it and retry a couple times because I did die multiple times and I had to reset. This is a funny unlock. You could either get it right or you can squeak and have to deal with that. So anyway, this exclusive footage is for the story. So far, so good with the two teams who have already competed. Team Solid is up 20,200, and Team Liquid is not far behind, doing pretty well for themselves. So it's gonna get interesting with the third team. And is the third team gonna be eliminated, or are they gonna get in the race and beat out one of the first two teams? That is gonna be where this whole thing gets very, very, very interesting. This is where the fun part gets into. That was a pretty good match. They didn't do anything special. They were more conservative, and I think that cost them. But at the same time, somehow, you know, the strategy worked out to get them a high enough score. So you're watching exclusive story footage here. So what happened was I lost this mission. The truth, I'm going to be honest. I lost this mission about 3 times. And I didn't know how to take care of it because it's my first time playing the story. I didn't have a lot of resources. I didn't have a lot of items. I started like blocking off areas, thinking I'm doing a good job, but I had to come up with a better strategy than what I'm doing now. And I just put 3 fences up, and I'm like, I could take care of it. This will be alright. I think this is good enough. And in reality, it really wasn't. But it's a life lesson. And the game was good. So far the game was good, and they did a really good setup on being able to showcase it with everything I saw with the survival elements, and I really enjoyed that. And I think I'm gonna have fun playing it, the survival element of it when it comes out. And there's a lot of mystery in the universe that I don't even want to say. A lot of private stuff I can't show with the cutscenes, and extra content that I just don't have anyone at all seeing. I wanted to show some of my editors, but I just couldn't allow that to happen. So, but yeah, so it was just a good time, good vibes. I really had a good time with the story to the max. So I'm getting ready, letting the teams know they need to prepare and get going very soon as we go for it. It should be a good time. So here, this is where it gets bad and I get killed because I'm a rookie. Now, it takes a little time to get used to the game. You know, that was literally my first hour of the game. Everything that you've seen there, I was dying like a poor little boy that I was at that time. But it was a good time either way. And yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Let's get into this game in a second, talk about it. So this is the base right here where you're looking at me at right now. And this is your mother base, not the co-op base. This is a real story base where your open world is, and you got to build it. It starts off as nothing other than a platform, and you slowly build it up, gather resources, build defenses, build a bed. Like, you have to sleep in this thing. You know, as you can see, all of that right there is a part of it. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out the teams. They're prepping right now. They're about to get started, and we're gonna talk with them and make it happen. So before we do, we can watch this last little cut here. This is the one where I actually completed it. I started to put up fences. This is the strategy I still use and one of my favorites, slowing down the enemies, you know, killing them off through these fences one by one and then falling back each time. So this was a great strategy that I learned, that I appreciated, and now I still use plenty of times. You can rip through enemies before they break through the easy, cheap fence that doesn't cost you much to make. And for people who start the game off, they're going to want to use that. So anyway, you're watching it. I'm trying to showcase that for a second. Kind of see my placements, see what I did. And again, this is a fast travel device. In the game, you can't fast travel right away. You gotta learn about the universe and what's happening. And this device here is your fast travel device. It allows you to go back and forth. And these are just highlights of the story, gameplay, so you guys can see some of it, exclusive footage. But forget about all that. We're gonna go ahead and talk about this game right now and showcase Team Ocelot, I guess. Or what should we call them? Yeah, Team Ocelot. We're gonna call this team Team Ocelot here. As you see, the match hasn't started yet. They're just running around, infiltrating, taking care of business. We'll see what they could do. It's early, and you know, the match hasn't started yet, but this is important too because you get to build your defenses, your strategies, what works best for your team. You know, these are all key components in the end. So let's see what they could do. As you see here, the cowboy, this is the best Ocelot team, right? Because she got a cowboy hat, and then you got homeboy looking very weird. You got a hoodie and a scarf but no shirt on. That is very special. So yeah, so right now they're just checking out where they need to be, what they need to do. Their streams aren't the best either. We need some better streamers here, guys. What's going on? So far so good. Oh no, guys. Let's see what happens. Give me a second here as my situation might just get bad. And they have a minute to prep, and they're prepping with some defenses, protecting some areas, doing what it takes. We'll see what they got. We'll see what they got. This is going to be the most exciting one so far, just because of the scores and what needs to happen. overall. So I think it'll get interesting. Hopefully, they're not just gonna be the worst team. Hopefully, they can compete and get in there and give us some type of show. That's all I care about, to be honest. I really don't care who wins. Either way, somebody gets surprised. Either way, um, we get to witness and enjoy it and go from there. All right, so Team Ocelot is about to get started on their mission to try and outlast and defeat Team Solid and Team Liquid. They have to score the minimum 339,401 points. So if they score higher than that, then they'll be all set. In the near future, I'm going to have the scores of each team on the screen. And I can put it up now, but again, this is a casual, relaxed contest just to give the team some hype and let them just have fun with it. You know, that's really all I'm trying to do, to be honest. And let's check out the weirdo and his setup as we go forward. Man, the first streamers, the first competitors were really good with their streams. There's small issues here on and off every once in a while, but so far so good by this guy. We're going to check him out. They're scoring decent amounts right now. They're looking good. Moved up to C. They're pushing the pace. You know, that's what it's all about, trying to score the biggest amount of points as you can. Look at this setup. They have torrent guns all around the wormhole. Amazing. That is amazing stuff. Like, you look at that. That is a smart move. I think that's too many torrents for one spot. That's overkill. But, hey, man, pretty cool, to say the least. As you see, the torrents are all aiming up to the sky, guys. Like, how good could it get? Like, look at this. Just letting it happen. He has a grenade torrent. He has the regular torrent. I mean, all types of... Oh, man. I love this team right now. I love Ocelot, my favorite guy. I'm loving this strategy here. I did put a torrent on the wormhole, but I've never done it to this point, where they exaggerated, and I hardly use that word, but today it will be used. That's an exaggeration of torrents, but it's so smart and it's so convenient, you know, just to be able to put it all in that one corner. Man, they're playing hardcore, get your money's worth. Hilarious. Man, I've never seen that many torrents in one spot. He had, what, 6 to start off with, and now he's putting up the fences. Just a great strategy to have a torrent and a fence, but to have multiple torrents the way it is, it's like these guys can't even come down. He's just managing 1 or 2 guys as they go. Gosh, that is incredible stuff, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. That is impressive. Impressive, to say the least. Wow. This guy, and that's D Wolf, his name is. Really good player. I haven't been introducing anybody, and apologies. Apologies for that. We're looking decent here. Some of these players, you know, first round, they've already scored 80. That's about the average for both teams on the first round, about 80 to, you know, to almost 1,000. That's decent. That's really good. He's teabagging himself. You see this? He is a troll, my friends. He is a troll. Oh, that was amazing. Props. I can't even tell you how much props I'm giving this guy here. We're going to stay focused on him for the game. I know I had the Mrs. Doubtfire clip but I mean footage. But we're gonna watch him and see how it goes for this next round. I don't know what they got, if they're gonna be able to win, but should be fun times. I appreciate everybody that's come out to watch this. Normally we run official events. This is more of a casual event where I'm allowing the streamers to stream their game, and I get coverage of it for this contest so that we can see who was the winner. There's 4 teams. We just saw 2 teams compete. We saw their scores over 3,000, 3,600. I mean 360,000 for the first team, 340,000 for the second team, just about. And then now this team, I don't know if they're gonna have what it takes, but they're doing a good job so far, and they can be eliminated, or they can eliminate somebody right now. And the only team that's on the brink of elimination is this team and Team Liquid. Team Liquid, who scored let me tell you exactly how many they scored. I got it right here. They scored 339,401 points. So this team has to beat them. If they win them, if they score more than that, then they're in for the second round at the moment. We'll see what happens. It's looking good so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So far, so good. The match is going to start in 25 seconds. If they have what it takes, we'll see. So far, so good by this team. Alright, so the match is going to start now. We're going to see who's going to stay and activate the digger. You have to keep activating that speed up, and hopefully they do. And they're already in the 1,000 mark. It would be amazing if a team could use their money to get a Metal Gear Rex. Yes, spoiler alert. Metal Gear Rex is awesome. So this setup here again, look at the torrents. This is just a insane amount of strategy here. These guys are overpowering their setup. I gotta love what they're doing. I would use one torrent and then just kill them off as they go. But these guys are using multiple torrents, just playing in a very strategical fashion. And it's just impressive to me, that funny setup that they had. Just fun stuff, you know. As you see D-Wolf here going ahead and picking up a side mission, trying to stealth, but he might get seen. You got to be very careful. So with this, the detonator will end up seeing you and self-destructing. But if you stealth kill it, you can actually gather the resources, and a lot of times they have ammo boxes, which is very scarce thing that you can't find everywhere. So it's real good. So far so good. I'm loving what I'm seeing. It's a great setup by this team. We might go back to Mrs. Doubtfire and check her out, but for now we're looking at the Wolf. D-Wolf is what he's called. And he slips through his own trap. So far they're doing really good. You see they're just placing torrents, just dismantling everything. And on the second round, they're already halfway to the scores, and they're making it into that level. So they're not bad. You know, for some reason, the third round gets crazy enough to let people score twice as much. You know, 100 again, And so far, they're scoring decent. I don't feel like they scored as good as they should have. And on this round right now, they still got a minute to go, and there's still a lot of actions to happen. So once the enemies come out, we'll see what happens. So we saw new tactics, new setups. You got to give them credit for that. It's not easy. Here we are, more speed up, which is the key to winning. More energy. The digger's digging for energy and it's gathering it, but you got to keep activating it to go faster and faster. And right now, this team is doing well. I love what I'm seeing. Here goes a Metal Gear Rex. Woo! Look at how beast that is, baby. Woo! We get to see the one and only Metal Gear Rex. And what that does is you call that in, and it just kills off everybody in the map. Like, it literally takes out all of the soldiers. That was a great display. I'm so glad D-Wolf and his team decided to call it in right on the second round and showcase some really fun stuff. That is props. I'm loving what I'm seeing by this team. So far, so good. A decent amount of strategy, tactics, and they're lighting it up. They will definitely get 3,000 on the next round because this round usually has more enemies. So the question is, will they surpass the other two teams? At this point, it's looking like they might surpass the #1 team, who again scored pretty impressively when they scored 361,063 points. So I don't know. Ooh, look at that headshot. I don't know if they have what it takes to outbeat that team, but they're already on mark to catch up to the second team, who has 339,000 plus points. So we're gonna see, one step at a time. They still got time here to take out all the enemies, gather resources, kind of just basically prep for their next round, do everything that they got to do to keep the flow going. I'm impressed. I like this team's swagger, especially when he called out the D-Walker and stood in front of it, posing for us. I did not prepare them for that. I did say I hope that they have, a D-Walker. Metal Gear in the game. Somebody calls it in, and they called it in. And it doesn't cost you energy. It costs you Kubein, which is the game's currency in game for the story and for things in there. But this type of energy that we're collecting is the key for something else. We're not going to talk about it for now, but all of it plays a part in the story. Like, people don't realize there's so many clues into this game because of this co-op that a lot of them don't know just yet. So I'm loving what I'm seeing, though. I mean, some good strategies, so many torrents. I've never seen this many torrents in the game yet. With 30 seconds left, the last round, the question is, can they beat out the other two teams? And here it is, the beginning of the end for somebody. It is a tough one. It's going to be a tough one to see what happens here. And right now, so far so good. They're already going to reach the 200,000. But can they get to 300,000? They have to keep pushing that digger, and right now that was a small seconds there that they lost time. You can't have that. You need one person always on that digger speeding it up, and if they don't, then it's going to be a problem. As you can see here, their torrents are about to go down. It's a lot of madness going on right now. So far, so good from both the teams. I thought they did a good job. Looking pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Ooh. Uh-oh. Trouble in the... See, again, there it is. They activated it. That small seconds of not activating the speed up can cost them the game, guys. So right now, they're in the fight, but they got to do a better job activating the speed up for the energy to continue to accumulate. If not, it's just going to be a loss. As we see here, just straight up beast mode. Everything that they're doing, really good. Killing fast. And it looks like they will make 300. Now, the question is how much of that will they push to pace? See, here we go again, setting it up. There it is. G-Wolf is like MVP of this game just because of that one, speeding up the digs over and over and over. It's how they're going to win the match. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking they're going to have what it takes. Just looking really good with 2 minutes and a half left. And the strategy is basically kill, kill, kill at the moment. Oh my. He's using C4, guys. That's some overpowered swagger. So now, you know, small details are going into it. They're looking actually like they might not even win, guys. Wow. They have 1:40, and they haven't hit the 300 mark yet. That's not a good sign. That doesn't mean that it's still not possible to continue to get what they need, but it is a tough, tough look for them right now. And we'll see what happens if they can beat out at the last minute here. It's a close one. You know, they have to reach 3,000 plus. So it's going to look like the first two teams are going to be the ones to advance at the moment. So he got a lot of shotgun shells, man. I need that shotgun. I actually haven't got that one yet. Great stuff here, but they need to activate that digger, and that is the big problem here, as I don't think they're gonna make it. They don't have enough time. They haven't reactivated the digger for a long time, and it's costing them tons and tons of points. They might make it a 3,000, but with 30 seconds left, they're not gonna beat the team. It's looking like Team Liquid outlast Ocelot, but they put up a good fight, I would say. Decent strategy, and game, set, match, man. They barely made it to 300, if they make it. And props to Team Liquid surviving, Metal Gear surviving against Team Ocelot here. Team Ocelot did a good job, though. They showed some cool stuff. They gave us the Metal Gear Rex, which didn't hurt their score, but they just didn't activate the speed up enough times to be able to win. And there it is. They tried, but it wasn't enough, folks. It was good. It was really good. It just wasn't enough. It was one of the best performances, in my opinion. But sometimes performances don't show out to wins, you know? And that was what cost them, is needing to win. But it was a great time, great display. I actually really enjoyed it. And we're gonna fall back here, watch some of the story while I break some things down for you guys, and we move on to the second round. It was a fun time with this team. All right, so we got to see some great stuff. You're watching the story mode exclusive footage, but we got to see some good stuff from these players in total. I thought, in my personal opinion, that last one, even though they lost, they put on the best show. They gave a Metal Gear Rex. They had all these weird traps that they placed. You know, these are the type of things that you want in life. So, you know, you can't complain about them. Even if with a loss, you know, you got the best type of entertainment. So that was really cool. And I feel blessed. Sorry about that, folks. Did I just do that? Let's see that again. Let's look at a new map. How about that, guys? Sorry about that. This is kind of like a rough stream today. Having a rough time today. So great stuff by Ocelot. Of course, they didn't get the win, but they gave us a show, and it was a spectacular show. I give credit to them with showcasing a lot of good stuff. This map here that you're looking at, while we can talk about it, this is exclusive. One of the 5 maps that are coming out with the full game. As you can see, SurviVe ruins, the ruins I call it, and there's a lot of madness going on in here. This wasn't easy to do at all. I just started playing this game. I haven't leveled up yet, and these guys were swarming on me. It was pretty insane, but it was a fun time. And I just really enjoyed it. I was playing with some journalists at the time. And of course, if you've seen the beta and you're playing the beta now, then you would know how it goes. And let's go ahead and take some time and get into this game, guys. What we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put this game on for you guys right now. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're gonna be watching. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna be watching right now because my stream is acting crazy. What is going on today? Today we're having madness. So, Team Solid is back in effect, big time. They're doing a good job with their first round. No one can even touch them. And we're looking at FOB Radio. He's going to be the key player we'll watch. Hopefully he puts on a show for us, just like Alright, so FOB Radio getting this going. They're infiltrating, and the match is not started yet. They're just kind of going with the flow, taking their time, prepping, see what type of defenses they'll build. On this second round, the two teams who made it basically have the chance to make it to the finals, which is going to be a very interesting one because they're going to have to battle each other in a certain way. But what is happening here is these teams are pretty much going to finish off against each other, but first whoever could score the highest again on this mission completes the final round here. And first up is Team Solid, wearing all pink and purple. Nice weird colors. No. It's funny, it wasn't until I got older that I wore pink, and you know, I used to do music, and it was just like, nah, I ain't gonna wear that. And now, like, oh, I'll have a pink tie, you know, purplish, pinkish tie, something stylish, and it's a different mentality. But that's a whole different concept. But these guys are just pretty cool, fun guys. And they got put together randomly this morning, and now they're here playing, and they actually won the first round, and they're on to the second. And it's gonna be a fun one to watch. Hopefully they got what it takes. So far so good. Nice and crisp stream. As you can see, this is what we want out of our event. I can't control the players' streaming quality, so that's why I kind of do my own events without having to have players' streaming quality be an issue. But sometimes, you know, you take what you can get. Life gives you apples, and you make apple pie. It's just the way it goes. So thank you everybody that's watching. I know you're used to my real official events in Metal Gear Online, but this is a special occasion, just a very relaxing, enjoying the competition, players showcasing what they got. And already you see starting to put up some good defenses. I don't know if this is going to be the strategy necessary to win, but it's a good setup. I'm liking it so far. And that's more or less a standard, you know, fence, torrent, and things like that. Fence, trap, torrent. You know, these type of different displays on how to run the show. So far it's looking like FOB is going to be the one in charge of doing the speeding up. He's testing it right now, as you can see. Bango. And speeding it up. It's ready to go. Now they're going to go ahead, battle it out. Do they got what it takes? We'll see. Right now, second round, top team. Want me to talk like it's a big time event, guys? Top team, best team gonna win, and we're gonna talk about the prize after. Whoever wins this, I'll showcase the prize, talk about the prize, talk about how cool it is, and I actually want one, but I'm giving it away. Actually, one is mine, and one was to give away. So, and mine's is going to my awesome son, and the second one, look at that. That's not a bad. He's really setting up house, man. I like it. The only problem is this bomber. If you don't kill him, he'll just self-destruct, and it basically sucks because it destroys everything around. See, that bomber just destroyed his torrent, so he wasted his torrent. He's gonna have to rebuild. There it is. So he's gonna have to rebuild his setup to be able to keep in control of it. Uh-oh. Good stuff, taking out the bomber before the bomber can explode. Really key part is that's one strategy, is never let the bombers explode on your items. Then you got all of these traps and defenses. There's a lot of different ways to play this game, a lot of great little tricks and tips, and it's so much to get into, like so much that it gets really insane the amount of tactics you can use. And the weapons are pretty cool. There's a lot of good ones in the game, different ones, and then there's modifications to those weapons, and it's pretty fun stuff. I think they're doing a good job changing the pace of the spin-off and taking care of business. I'm loving it. So far so good. He's trying to get in there and kill off the bomber, but it is impossible when you're surrounded like he is, getting haymakered by these guys. He's actually a really good MGO player. So far so good. First round, not as high a score as they got before. So something went wrong, but they did a decent job. Hopefully the second and third round they pick up the pace and it gets even more impressive as we go. That was good. Again, they're playing on a harder level. The first match that they did was level 15, and now they're on to level 20. And this is not a joke. This is serious. Every player has to be on their game. Every player has to play smart. Every player has to keep, you know, on their toes as the mission goes. So see, here we go. This is a survival game, and it has a co-op. You can craft weapons, items, and he's gathering his resources like fences and defenses and doing all he can to help his team move forward. I think it's gonna be a great second round because it gets crazy. I love this map. I think this is one of the ruins was my favorite map, but this one gets pretty hectic as well because they can overwhelm you in different areas depending on where they come from, and they keep coming from different spots, and it's like, oh man, okay, well, it'll be fun. We'll see what they got. So far so good for this team. Strategy is working well. They put in the placements. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Apologies, I'm not showing different perspectives. That was the game plan, but a lot of these guys' streams weren't high quality, and it hurt. As you've seen on the second match, it was pretty low quality streams, and it hurt this coverage of it. And we'll figure out ways to make it better. I'm going to let players know that there's going to be a standard. It's going to suck to say that, but it's going to be a standard of having good internet to be able to be in these events for Metal Gear Survive. I'm going to host official events for this in the future where we're going to have real good contests, and it's going to be a lot more bigger, important methods on how to do it all, and it's going to be very interesting in the near future. But for now, you know, I'm just fun beta version of the contest, more or less simplified version, just keep score. But the next one's going to be about Kuban energy. It's going to be about personal player stats and the Digger energy. how much they can extract and all that. So it's going to be a combination of things in the future. So that'll be really fun and intense, and we're going to have stats and scores. He stepped on the electric shock. Got him. Not a bad little setup over there. Loving this. I'm loving this. Their score is doing all right for a mission like this. You can't score crazy amount of points like you did in the last match, but they're doing very well for themselves, in my opinion. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and as again, the bomber just destroying everything. Smart moves, smart moves. Multiple torrents is becoming the trend now. Here we go. So the match ended. I'm thinking this not ended, I'm sorry. This round here is going to be a tough one for them, because once this ends, it's going to get very real. And right now they're having problems in their base with a tracker. I hope we can see a tracker from FOB radio and he can battle it, which is a really, really great thing that I love. One of the best. Torrents is the way to go today. So my question about this tournament for all those watching on Periscope and Twitter and YouTube and all those other outlets. I have like 9 or 11. I don't know today, but I got a bunch of different platforms that I'm streaming this on. And there's a bunch of viewers. 20 over here, 20 over there, 10 over here, 7 over here. Like the numbers are scattered, so nobody's all at the same place. But I do want to know, what are your opinions? If you want to post it on the chat, or you want to post it on a comment somewhere on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those places, leave me a message, whatever you want. I really would appreciate it, because I could see what you guys got to say when it comes to the overall understanding, because there's things in this tournament right now that's like, okay, what didn't I understand? What is going on? Basically, on the bottom right, the score, the points they're extracting is going to be the #1 way they win. Highest score wins. That's how this goes. So, high score wins. They're already up to 1,800, 186,000 plus points, and by the end of it, that'll be their final score, whatever the score is, and then from there we put the other teams up for it. That's pretty much the basic setup for this event. I'm gonna make it more complicated in the near future with player scores, which we're gonna see at the final round, and then also the Kuban energy score, which is a separate thing of how much the team is scoring. So far so good for all of these guys. That was a smart move. He put a wormhole right where the digger is, right where his D-Walker was. He's having a hard time kicking this poor enemy. And there it is. The good setup. Great stuff to be able to do the side mission right away. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So here we go. Final round. They got a couple seconds left, and the question is, do they have enough score to win the next team? The next team were right behind them, only down 20,000. 20,000 isn't a lot in this game. That's probably about a minute's worth of killing a lot of hordes in the thing. It's really about the aggressive nature you have and the defense you have, the ability to put in that work. So for me, you know, I like it, but I don't know, you know, right now what team is going to be able to dominate. I do like this team's grit. They've shown us they're the highest scoring team, and they just might be the highest scoring team again. They're getting an S rank for this mission, most likely, because they're already almost at S, and they scored big points. Wouldn't it be cool if they actually called in the Metal Gear? That would be nice, but who knows what'll happen. Thank you to everybody that shared this event. It's a casual community event. It's not my normal esports stuff, but I'm setting it up a little bit like if it's the esports stuff. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get going. Look at this. They're having trouble right now getting bombers into their facility. And look at that. Man down. Man down. Man down. It's getting real. Let me call the action here, guys. We got to start calling the action. These guys aren't doing so hot sometimes, man. They getting dominated, shut down. It's dangerous in this world. So you see here, ripping apart some of the enemies, flipping through them, taking out with the D-Walker. Smart move to pull the D-Walker out, man. You got to go ham as much as possible in the game. Too many people play a little bit safe and they worry about things. You don't want to worry. You want to just go ballistic, kill off everything. And right here, they're scoring big. The Digger's doing its job. They're probably going to reach 300,000 again. That'll be very impressive. This mission is a little more difficult, so it's not the same amount of overpowered weapons and things like that, but who knows? We'll see what they can do. I'm liking what I'm seeing from this team. Very impressive, to say the least. Tearing it up, guys. Tearing it up. Their Digger did get hit a couple times, so they're not perfect, but they are doing a really good job in this event so far. Impressive strategies, impressive skills. You know, keeping it controlled is what it's all about. And they're already almost at the 300 mark before 2 minutes are up. That means they'll get 330 again or so. It's a little bit in that number. Uh-oh. Looks like FOB is about to face a tracker. Oh, he shut him down with a shotgun. Them shotgun shells, man. Something special. And looks like he's doing the best right now, doing great stuff, being smart about it, stepping back, healing up. They're looking good with a minute left. They're almost at 300,000. All they need to do is just keep on ripping through the enemies, not holding back, be relentless, try to get this win as good as possible. I'm liking what I'm seeing by Team Solid so far. Decent display. And there it is, folks. They're gonna score at least 3,030, as I said, just in the last final seconds. Doing really good. Tearing up all the enemies that they can. I love it. I love it. Great stuff by these guys. They did all they can. They scored big. They might get 340. They get 340. That's really good because this is a really difficult mission to accomplish that in. And it's looking close. 330 is about the right number. And there it is. 330 it is. I love it. I thought it was a good run. I thought they did good overall. Smart team, smart play. You can't deny this team has what it takes. They've shown it over and over in the past 2 matches, and now we're in the finale here. That's their final score, and now the next team has to beat them. So the final score is 331 points, 757 points to be exact. We're gonna see the second team. That was great stuff. Credit, respect, appreciation, all types of good words for these guys and what they did today. Displaying greatness as a unit. And now I'm going to display some of the exclusive footage that you can see. You can't see this online, so I don't think you can find it. I have it private because this is there's some exclusive cutscenes and some exclusive dialogue that is not allowed to be on the internet because this game hasn't released yet. So that's what's going on. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's what we're doing here. Getting ready. I had a good time so far with that last team. I have a good vibe with them. You know, I feel like they got what it takes. I'm impressed. I don't know for sure if this Team Liquid can outlast them, but Team Liquid showed they have the capability. We'll see what they can do in a second here. Alrighty. Great stuff, great stuff. So, this is the second round from the second team, and now they're up and they have to show their skills. Let's see. And here it is, folks. We're going to cut back into their footage and showcase what they got. I like what I'm seeing already. They're scavenging. Again, this is the team with the streaming issues. It's a little frustrating, to be honest, when I'm trying to display a great event and then some of the players' streams aren't proper for the event. But what can we do, right? This is a part of life. Sometimes people's internet isn't as good, so I feel like their quality is a little low, as you can see here. The previous content was highest quality possible, and we're having low, low output from them. But I'm not going to complain. As long as we get a good game and we can see it, I'll be happy with that and take the blows as we go. As a matter of fact, one of their teammates have better quality. We're going to move over to their teammate and hope that that looks better for you guys. There it is. Alright, so let's stick with this guy. His stream is a little cleaner. We're going forward. Their match just started. You want to keep track of the number of how much points the first team scored. They scored 331,757. So now this team, next team, has to beat that score, and we'll see what happens. One step at a time, but let's just enjoy it. I'm gonna throw on some audio. Let's let you hear what they got going on their audio. I'm gonna turn it up so you guys can catch some of it. And see what type of craziness and madness is happening on their stream. Yep. Nice and loud. I'm gonna turn it up. Let you guys hear that for a minute and be quiet for a while and just let y'all enjoy that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of noise there. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out. Everybody, I see you on all those outlets. Thank you for coming out and swinging by. We'll see what's up. I wanted to talk about this tournament and in the future how I'm going to set it up in an amazing way. I can't allow these type of streamers, like for example, this stream here isn't that bad, but it should be better. We're going to start doing 1080p streams only, players who are capable of doing 1080p's. The other player on this team had 360 as their resolution, and it's like, what? Like, no, we can't have that. So apologies for anybody who, thinking what is going on with the quality. But overall, it's been a fun ride. It's been a fun setup. I appreciate everybody coming out. This is not my gameplay. This is a streamer's gameplay. So if you watch the previous streamer, then you'll see that their quality was very high. I can't control this guy's stuff, but apologies again. I see it on the chat, the frustration. Again, when I host my real events, it's not like this. But either way, this was so far a really fun and interesting thing. It's called a beta for the contest because it's first time letting streamers stream and then using their streams to be able to showcase it. So I'm watching a player's footage live and basically putting it to you. And usually I have multiple streamers, but some of the streamers don't have the highest quality. So we're going to find a way to make this a better display for you guys. But I do love this team right here. They're doing a good job stealth killing the detonator, who might have some goodies for him. And he's gathering the resources during the break. Their score isn't bad. I just don't see them at all reaching to Solid Snake's grand finale. So I'm thinking Solid Snake might get the win and move on to the final, to the championship round. Who knows? There's never a sure thing. These guys might go overboard and kill it. This round is doing okay though. They got a minute left before the wave ends. I don't think they have enough for what it takes, but a decent amount of time left on the clock to score big. If they can get this 1 minute into the 200 mark, they might be able to surpass Team Solid and be the guys who move on to the finals. We'll see. We will see. So far, so good from some of these players and their strategies. Placing gates, traps, protecting their areas. It's just really good strategy overall. And I'm loving the tactics from all the teams. Appreciating it. I appreciate everybody that's coming out, leaving comments and thoughts, and we it's doing this event for the community. I'm doing the event for the community. It's just me, solo artist today. But I do it for the community, build them to come together and to grow as we go. It's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride so far. This team is good. This team is really good. You look at the score, 1,193. It's a really high score. They still gotta try to top out Solid Snake, who scored 300. So I don't know if they have what it takes. Team Solid scored 331,700 157 points to be exact. So does this team have what it takes to see them infiltrating using the stealth element to try to catch this detonator? The way this detonator works is if it sees you, it'll just self-destruct. If you capture it with a stealth kill like he's doing here, you can gather all the items in its backpack, take all the goodies, all the resources that you'll need in the future. A lot of this stuff is in the game, right? The story, these creatures, but it's a different game, you know what I mean, compared to this. This is all just co-op mode, hanging out, enjoying some friends and some wild play. But it is a big time difference in the story. You got an open world, open environment. But yeah, feedback is definitely important. Just to make it clear, in the future, we're going to have multiple players' perspectives. I'm going to ask for 1080p, maybe 720, the lowest, for all streamers, players, so we can have the high resolution quality for each player. And then, you know, we're going to set it up with the scoreboards, the leaderboards, who's running up top. Right now, no one knows who's leading. It's only 2 teams left. Team Solid is up 331 points plus, and this team right here, they're at 19. You know, so they're basically at 200. So they need another 100,000 to be able to compete. So they're gonna have to find a way to make it happen. This is gonna be a tough task, to say the least. But hopefully, you know, they put up a fight and it gets interesting at the end here and they can score big. They did some good strategies already and they showcased some talent. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the teams. This is it. This is the finale right now. They have to go hard. And so far they haven't even activated the speed up. There it is. As I say it, they sped up the digger. The digger's gathering all the energy that it can. Now they just got to go and destroy all of the enemies as they move forward. Side missions popped up. There's a bunch of AIs. And they're working to take them out. And he did a good job there using the flames to take some enemies out. I believe he's headed towards the D-Walkers, most likely. Oh no, just a regular side mission. And again, these side missions are Metal Gear. You're infiltrating an area. You know, you can stealth kill all the enemies. Just a lot of cool little details. I love it. I personally love it. But yeah, guys, please give your feedback, comments. I do understand. I don't want to apologize for it, but I do understand I'm on 11 different outlets and not everybody's connected to each other. A couple of streams like YouTube and Twitch are connected, so when you comment, you can see each other's comments. But overall, I know you're not all connected, and I try to keep it flowing. This is a tournament event, so I'm not going to be interacting with the chat until probably the end. But overall, you know, I appreciate you guys and understand, you know, that the disconnect is there. But again, it's not everybody wants to be on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, Periscope, all those crazy outlets that I'm streaming on. It's not something that everybody wants to do. Simple as that. Oh, this guy's in flames. This is the new gameplay, guys. He is in flames. There it is. Shut off. Oh, that thing's gonna blow. And they're looking good on score. They're really scoring a lot of points. I just don't know if they got what it takes. They might make it, guys. I'm getting impressed. I've doubted this team, and I think I'm dead wrong because they're already almost at 300. Then they just have to score a couple more points to beat out literally they have 50,000, 100,000 to beat them out, and they're just ramming up slowly. 440,000 now they just need. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep track here. All they need is 40,000 to win this next one. They're already there. You know, they need 3,000, and they got a minute and a half. So if they can do it right now, it's looking like it's a chance. They're really doing a good job taking control of this, and we'll see what happens. It does take some time to be able to. Oh no! As I say that, he goes down. Oh no! Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, could this be the end? We're gonna see. Can their team help? Oh man, this is a bad time. This is drama. Talk about drama. I did not coordinate this. He is down. Can they stay alive? Their digger is losing as well. They still got a minute to go though, so it's not like they're done. They need 15,000. 15,000 left to be able to win this in 50 seconds. Do they have what it takes is the question. They're so close to win. Literally 14,000 now. If they can score 14,000, they have to reach 331 plus points. With 30 seconds left, it looks like they're going to be so close. Oh my. We got to get the scoreboard next time for this event. They're right there, right behind them with 20 seconds left. They look like they're going to make it, guys. They're going to make it with 20 seconds left. Yes, they are. Oh no. Game, set, match. And they actually won, guys. They actually won. Wow. Great stuff by this team here. Displaying it. Man, they only won by 2,000 points, folks. 2,000 points. That was pretty cool. That was so impressive. Last minute heroics to take the win. Wow. I am so impressed. That was so good. Up by 2,000 points, they won. Impressive. Let's give this team a round of applause. They have not only beat them, they beat them in the last minute. They surpassed them in the last seconds. It was incredible. Impressive. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. That was a super impressive gameplay setup by these guys. Like, really top notch. Number one. Barely getting by. Let's go ahead and switch over to this thing. So this is exclusive gameplay footage of me playing through the story, trying to stay alive. It got really crazy in this part here. I was in there to get a memory board so I can bring it back to an AI who's helping me find out what's happening in the world. And you grab this memory board. I can't grab it right now because the enemy spotted me. So it's just like Metal Gear. If you're on alert mode, gotta fix that problem before you can proceed. Um, but yeah, so this is what was happening. It was a good time. I really loved it because it's just a whole different experience for me as a player, for survival, for Metal Gear, gameplay mechanics, and things like that. So overall, it was a good time because it taught me a lesson. It's like, you know what? You got to start to survive here. You're not going to have resources. You're not going to have anything. You're going to start off young. Now I'm actually in the dust. This dust area is so unique and special. There's a lot of mysterious things, creatures, people, and everything in here. As you see right now, these creatures are caught up in the mist, in the sparkly effects here. And that is secret of what's happening in this universe. I'll get into at another time. It was fun. It was mysterious, you know, and I try to understand what was happening. And I'm not gonna say what I did figure out, but there's a lot of stuff going on. No assumptions, you know. I just stuck with what was placed in front of me in the story that I played so far, and it was really cool. They have a lot of key elements from the Metal Gear series and a lot of mysterious things that happen. And it gets good. It gets good. That's all I can say. And we'll see. And so this is the footage. This is the me surviving. I have no health. I have no stamina. As you can see, I'm exhausted trying to run. My oxygen is dropping. My health is really low because I'm sick. I ate bad food and I'm injured. And I'm trying to find my way out of the mist. And I'm like, oh, I can't take it. What is going on? And this is just really cool experience for the story. Um, I really I loved it to be able to see all of it and to play it all. It was a fun experience for the story. And again, you know, it's different than the co-op. What we're watching for the campaign, for the players battling. The players are dealt with a good hand. Their not health is not dropping. Their thirst isn't dropping. They're just okay. They're healthy compared to this, where you're all the time having to eat, to drink. Right now, I'm losing oxygen, so I have to stock up and do things for that oxygen. And I'm just running for my life a lot of the time here. And this again is a different mission. And I appreciate this event so far. The players did a great job displaying their skills. The players did a great job with pushing forward. And now we're gonna see the next mission going down right now. The #1 team is going to face off, and the way this game is set up, this next match is actually a very personal match, and you're gonna see what I mean by that in a minute here. In a minute, the players will have to face off against each other. So they're going to play the co-op and play the mission. But the top player with the top score is going to be the one to take the cake and win the prize as we go. And we're good to go. You're looking at exclusive footage. This is very exclusive. people like IGN and all the big press got to go to this event also, and I was there with some of them playing this game, and I captured all this footage. This is my hands-on gameplay footage. To go back into the co-op, this is the ruins area, one of the 5 maps that are going to come out with the game. This one right here is wild and reckless, and actually let's fast forward to the action. This one is wild and red. I really like it. I think it's going to be fun to place traps and stand up top at the top of the ruins and do different things. You know, at this time I wasn't equipped with anything because I just started playing the story and I barely had items. But me and these guys me and a journalist were teaming up. I was distracting the enemies and he was killing them off. So it was a pretty cool setup. We had some fun with it. Oh my. And I die a lot in this, so don't worry. It's just a game. But yeah, so there's just tons of footage that I captured. Exclusive footage, exclusive maps, exclusive modes, the story, cutscenes that I won't ever show in my life, but I could talk about some of them. And yeah, I'm excited for the game. I think it'll be fun, be interesting. And I did this event specifically to just showcase the game and have the community come together for a fun time. Now I'm using a funny strategy, just punching them down. Just a running punch. If you don't have no ammo, you're reserving your ammo. Just run and punch them in the face the way I'm about to do. We just silly stuff. But yeah, let's get this going. I'm waiting for the other team to get started, and then we can move forward. I hope everybody appreciated this. Team Solid, Team Pink, thank you for competing. You did an amazing job. Showcased some great skill. You only lost by 2,000 points, which was an incredible win by Team Liquid. It's not over yet, Snake Team. They did a great job. And now we're going to see them in a second and see what they could do for the grand finale. Hopefully they got a good show for us, as it's important that the quality gets better, first of all, and then the players get going as they go forward. So yeah, so this is the Ruins co-op map. You will see this in the full game. So far, you guys have only seen 3 maps. There's 2 other ones. You see this one here. You see the 2 that we saw for the live coverage of the players who have been playing. And then there's 2 more. I'm not going to talk about them until they release, because I'm not that type to just start spoiling life. You know what I mean? But yeah, it'll be a good time. And let's go into it and watch these guys as they go to compete. No more talking. Loading screen on deck. Thank you for tuning in to maggamer.com. We're going to watch the finals. This is the championship round. These players are going to be competing against each other. Sorry about that. Sending a message out to them. So these players are going to be competing against each other. So now this is going to be about the score. The personal score you're going to see on the bottom left of the screen. After each round, I'll showcase it. I'll have them showcase it. It's what the game plan is for this game. And hopefully these guys can do it justice. And we can have a great event. I'm I'm excited for it because I think you know it's gonna be good. I think they're going to be stepping their game up. And today we're gonna do 2 streams. Hopefully, I'll get to display the second streamer in good quality. This is one of the guys who had a problem, but let's check him out here. Here he is, perfect. Lockman is going to be displaying his good stuff, and then you have Real, Mr. Real. So you're gonna have 2 perspectives on the finals, the way it's supposed to be. I just let them know they need extreme higher quality because that last round was pretty bad. So this is gonna be a little better quality for you guys than before. So that's a good thing. At least we got that out the way. I am going to move my belt and see what happens. So far so good. The wave is going to start automatically in a couple minutes. They're ahead of the game. They're prepping, planting, just doing everything it takes to make sure that they're ready to go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This is going to be a good one. I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Let's check out the other guy here. We're going to go back and forth to these guys. Mr. Real here. The Real. D-Real, let's call him. He got the spear, putting in work. We've been watching a lot of him, but now we're going to get to watch Mrs. Doubtfire. And she's going to be the one speeding up the wormhole digger. And now they're out here trying to make it happen. Yeah, nope. And here it is. It's the beginning of the end. And they're scoring good points. They're going to get up in the ranks quick for their points. Their points, personally, is what matters. So they need to win this round. But they also have to score the highest amounts of points to be able... Damn, that spear is the best. When you first play the game, you're like, this spear is weak. But in reality, if you get a high-end spear, you're going to do some good damage. I think it's going to be good. There it is. They're activating the speed up. We'll see what they can do. They got to just score the most points. That's all they need to do. Personally, each player. And here it is, the grand finale. They have to just score. Each player has to do better than the other. That's honestly what's going on. As you see right now, Mrs. Doubtfire has 12,045, and D-Real is not looking good. But it's alright. So as you see these players' screens, they need to get better quality streaming devices. Mrs. Doubtfire or D-Rail. I'm gonna call him D-Rail. So Mrs. Doubtfire got 13,000 right now. D-Rail only has 500, so he's basically on the low end of winning. Mrs. Doubtfire is tearing it up, and she might get the win here today. For the players, that these guys are not scoring high enough. They got to score better. In the future, when I do this event, I'm going to have showcase all 4 of the players. Right now I'm showcasing just 2 because that's the only 2 that can stream it right now. But the requirement for the future, anybody watching that wants to compete in these, you're gonna have to have all 4 players be able to stream at 720 or 1080, because the quality for the viewers is very important. And today I let it slide because this is a beta. This is just a fun community event, not necessarily a true hardcore esports competition, but I am going to turn it into an esports competition. I'm sure everybody who watches is going to say, oh, um, I want to do it too, and everybody's going to try to do their own. Understand, I'm more than happy to help build you guys and grow with you guys and make things happen for you guys. But you can't just do everything I do. Like, a lot of guys do that, and then I'm like, all right, like, it's one thing to just do an event, go for yours. But if you do everything exactly how I do it, it's a little offensive. Not offensive, it's flattering. It's like, oh, they admire me enough to copy, but be a little more original, try something different and have fun with it. That's what it's about. So that's my message. But anyway, so as you see here, placing traps, setting up house, and right now Mrs. Doubtfire is on top almost by 2,000. The real doesn't have what it takes at the moment. I want to see that menu screen, man. I want to see all the players' stats right now and see who's up on the scoreboards as we go. And right now Mrs. Doubtfire is the top dog. She has 2,800 and she's rocking a spear. I'm really loving the spear. I don't know. Looking really good. But yeah, so the future, anybody's welcome to join these events. It's going to be a good time. If you want to run some events, be a part of my events, we'll see what we can do to get commentators with us and special guests at times for these events. But I'm going to host some really cool contests like this again. This is the grand finale. Teams are just loading up, prepping for the next round, and we are in the go. And here it is, the second round started, and these guys are speeding up the wormhole digger, and we're gonna see who has what it takes. Right now Mrs. Doubtfire is leading the charge again, just dominating. We're gonna keep track of her, but we're gonna see who else can pick up the pace here. I'm loving this spear, man. The way some of these guys are using the spear, it's extremely impressive. I'm super impressed. The thing is that right now, Mrs. Doubtfire is a killer. She is dominating. Talk about twice as much as Derail. I can't call anybody by boss or any type of Metal Gear name. It bothers me sometimes. No, but so we're sitting here sitting lovely with these two teams scoring. I mean, with this one team scoring so big. The players are doing fantastic on their own. But let's take a look at some of the situation here. This bomber's gonna destroy somebody in a second. He should shoot him in the leg, man. I don't know what he's thinking. Oh man, this is Doubtfire. Almost got shut down there. Miss Doubtfire just tearing it up, man. You gotta give her props. Killing the game. The queen, Mrs. Doubtfire. Loving what I'm seeing by these guys. It's been a fun journey for them to get to the finals and to finally get the chance to win. This is the victory for them as a team, and now they're fighting for the prize, their #1 prize within the players on their own. In the future, I'm going to have some really spectacular setup with scoreboards and different things to make it very, very, very unique. And I understand people take my ideas and they steal everybody's ideas, but please respect the flow, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do for a living. I love this. Not for a living, but for fun, for the community, for everybody in the Metal Gear series. The next events are going to be extra spectacular. I'm laid back and chilling, but I'm excited. I'm really loving what's going to happen with these events and how they're going to go. These guys are killing it today, and what's going to be coming in the future is just amazing. I would love to say that. Here, so the round is ending, and we're going to see what they can do. And there it is, round over. And right now, it's looking like Dark Mantis is beating Lady by only 100 points, actually. So Mrs. Doubtfire's actually not the top player. Looks like this guy named Mantis is winning the game. They're tied at the very moment. They are tied. Good Lord, if you just seen that, there's an exact tie between these two players, and Mrs. Doubtfire has to find a way to score some extra points because, my gosh, it is a tie. I thought Doubtfire was on top, but she's second. I mean, and tied for first with another player. So, I mean, in here she'll get some points. She'll be able to score big, taking out a couple enemies, especially if she gets on them D-walkers and just tears somebody up. We'll see what happens as it goes. Whoa. Pretty good. So far, so good. Mrs. Doubtfire getting some quick points. Looking really good right now. She's dominating. She's dominating. You gotta know she's dominating. Let's check out our guy here, Derail. He got 2,000. He's not in the fight. It's Mrs. Doubtfire on top of the leaderboards, running the show. She's gonna take this crown. She's gonna win that prize. She's gonna be the #1 for now. This is gonna get interesting. I love it. I love it. I think the future is going to be bright for what I'm setting up, and this is going to be a fun event. So far, it's interesting to see these players. Now, the only thing I would want is to have the players' scores, every player displayed. Right now, I only have 2 because the other guys' streams weren't going to be quality. So that's why you see these 2 guys, and it's going to be good overall. In the near future, once the game releases, we'll get some really good events happening for you guys as the time goes. Man, it's been a blast, and I definitely want to continue this in the near future. I'm happy about it. I think it's an amazingly fun time. And this dude just took his D-Walker. That wasn't cool. This is Doubtfire that doesn't even care. I would have kept it. I need my D-Walker, man. Alright, so the next round is coming up. It just started. And now it's time for war. And they're gonna be going at it, speeding up the wormhole digger. The wormhole digger at this point for this round doesn't play a factor for this mission. But in the future it will. So, oh my. Oh my. This map is pretty dope. So we got to see this, the desert. We got to see the fortress in Afghanistan, and we got to see my exclusive footage of the thing. So we've seen 3 out of 5 maps. We'll see what else they got in the near future. Mrs. Doubtfire being a team player, kind of focusing on the digger, but she got to score them points. She got to get all these kills. Oh, oh my, she about to die. She's really gonna die. This is Doubtfire having a hard time here. Looking good, looking bad, looking lovely. And we got Darrell trying to get a comeback, but it doesn't look like it. Doubtfire is the best already. We can tell she's the best. But it is still not over. There's still a lot of action. And this team is playing to win, but also playing to score the highest individually points. So we'll see what could happen. As of right now, looks like Menace is doing the damage, taking all the kills. Mrs. Doubtfire is just protecting her space, being smart about what she's doing with her for her team. So it's a sacrifice, and she might end up not on the top like she was, and she'll end up scoring lower than normal. So far so good. I'm loving it. After this round, I really want to see how far off. In the last round, they were tied, but now they're probably going to be pulling away. I would say Mrs. Doubtfire has, lost the advantage because she wasn't killing as many guys, but we'll see. It's getting interesting now. They're getting overwhelmed at the moment. They're going to have to pull out their big guns, their big weapons, take out as many guys as they can. Somebody up top with a torrent is killing it right now. Looking really good. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I really am pulling for Doubtfire just because she's been putting on a show and thinking about her team. So we'll see what happens in the end game here. See, every time she goes there to speed up the diggers, that's for her team, and it's very helpful for them. It does attract more enemies, but it also gives them more of a score. So for the overall team score. And they're gonna call in a Metal Gear? No, they already did. Oh, that's cool. Oh damn, the enemies have entered their base. It's getting serious now. This is Doubtfire goes down. Is she gonna get herself up? Yes, she is. It's going down right now for the finale here. This round got out of hand quick. It's very, very dangerous round. They have to play a little smarter. It did very well in the first round. And there it is, folks. Good stuff by this team. Wow. Mission complete. End game. Now, who's going to be the winner of the #1 prize? The Metal Gear Survive backpack. We don't know. We're about to find out right now who got what it takes. And I would say my vote is for the one we've been watching, Mrs. Doubtfire. But Mantis was right there killing it also. So we're going to find out at the end game on the winner of the prize. They did get an S rank. That's how good they were. But individually, we have to see what score did they get. Mrs. Doubtfire with 8,000. and Mantis was right there next to her. So it's going to be between them two, unless somebody else climbed up the charts. I would think Mrs. Doubtfire got this. And it's about to be shown. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Lockman has made it to the top and has won. Lockman is Mrs. Doubtfire. There it is. The one and only Mr. Lockman. Congratulations. You have won yourself a Metal Gear Survive book bag. You are the current champion. As we see the score there. Props and respect to you, man. That was a great display. Fun times, to say the least. These guys put in the work, showcased the skill, did everything that they had to do. Lockman, aka Mrs. Doubtfire, wins by 3,300 points, 345 to be exact, and they will be going home with the prize of a Metal Gear Survive book bag. I'm going to showcase the book bag in a second. Let's do it now. And what is it? Here we go. Where do I have my display? Okay, here it is. Flyer contest. What you're looking at on the left here, the actual image. Let me see if I can enlarge it. Nope. Nope, wrong one. Wrong image. Where is the damn image? Okay, this is the image. I'm going to open it up. No, I'm not going to open it up. We're going to leave it right there. That is the book bag that they just won. It's a pretty tight book bag. It was a fun contest. Something fun and playful for the community to enjoy. Nothing serious, but the future is bright for our contest for this. We're going to set up a league tournament event for this in the near future. It's going to be a blast. AIM Esports. This is a backpack. You can put it on, put a bunch of good stuff in there. It is pretty sick. It's like a hiking bag. I have multiple pictures that I can show on my social media or whatever, but that's it right there. And congratulations to the one and only Mr. Lock. They won. As you can see right here, this is them hanging out, happy, excited, and congratulations. You know, it was a great time. Everybody that competed, thank you very much. It was a pleasure just chilling out and doing a quick event. I didn't want to make it too big of a deal. I didn't want it to be a serious event because it is a beta and there's still a lot of things to work out in the game. Nobody knows the game well, but in the near future the game is going to have max level players. It's going to have all the items and weapons. Players are going to be showing some amazing play styles, and it's just going to be a good time. And the setup I have already planned, it's going to be beautiful for everyone to be able to enjoy. So get with that in the near future. Stay here at madgamer.com, or AIM Esports is where the esports stuff is going to be. But for now, madgamer.com is the hub and the source that powers everything that we do. And the future is very bright. It's beautiful. It's vibrant. It's fun. And I'm so excited to continue to do this with and for you guys as we go forward, as Mrs. Doubtfire sits here as the victory champion. And next time, for the next event, when the game fully releases, we're going to have a bigger and better display. Players' quality is going to be mandatory 720 or 1080 with no frame rate drops. Also, we're going to have the scoreboards so that people can see what teams' standings are at the moment and what the other team has to beat. little things like this that we're going to implement. I've already made my list in my head when I replay this, which I probably won't, but I already have replayed it in my head and take my notes, write them down, and I'm going to bring that to the community with a higher quality. Hopefully we'll get some great prizes for you guys so you guys can win. Also, just have fun. What better than a Metal Gear game you can play co-op in? So that's the deal. Congratulations to Team Liquid, and specifically Lockman, who won and scored the most. Did a great job displaying his talents. And next time we're gonna really kill it. Have a really good time as we do so. So that's what's up. That's what's going down. This is Mad Gamer, man, showing you guys nothing but the best of Metal Gear in general. And I appreciate y'all, man. It's been such a good day for this. And there's more to come as we go. The future is going to be continuing to build. And it'll be good. It'll be good for us as a whole. So that's what's up. And I'm going to go ahead and put some story in here for you guys. And talk for a little while about what I experienced in the story. And then we're going to close out and call it a day from here. Alright. Here we go. So, once again, congratulations to the winners. Thank you to everybody who participated, everybody that's viewing this, everybody that'll view it later, everybody that'll scream at me because of the frame rate drops from some of the players. You know, everybody that... it's like a lot of stuff. But so yeah, so you're watching my gameplay footage of the story that I played, and I'm gonna break some things down, and I'm gonna tell you guys the overall arc in a minute. But before that, again, expect more stuff. Stay tuned. Mad Gamer is the one and only. There's no one else. Everyone tries, but there's no one else. Mad Gamer. You gotta get in tune, lock in, and hang out and enjoy it with us as the time goes. So this gameplay, how does this game work? If you guys seen the trailer, the official trailer, after Ground Zeroes gets attacked, the mother base gets attacked, you're a soldier who survives. From there, you're sent into an alternative universe, and in that universe, you don't know what's going on. You got to figure out what's happening, and then from there it picks up the pace of the game, and now you're in the survival elements. You're gathering resources like I'm doing here, getting that motherboard that I just did, and you're gonna bring that to an AI who's gonna help investigate what is happening in this universe. And there's mysterious characters and things, possibly from the Metal Gear universe, possibly just random new characters and things. So all of that plays into a role for you to figure out what's happening. Who is this mysterious organization? What are these creatures? What the heck is this universe? How could this be possible? All of it. It's just fun, interesting things to see what's coming for a brand new game. Of course, again, it's a spin-off, so don't expect Big Boss and Solid Snake story. It's its own story. So they're having fun with it and doing different things, special things, and there is Metal Gear things in it. Of course, the gameplay is Metal Gear to the max, but things like the story with creatures is a little weird for people for now, until they get their hands on the full game, and we'll see what's gonna happen from there. So I'm running back to my base. I don't know if this highlight shows the base. That sucks. It doesn't show the base. But anyway, that's what the deal is, man. I'm gonna get online and stream and play some video games in a little while. For now, I just wanted to do this event, thank everybody, let you guys know what the program is for the future. Gonna have a really dope setup for the future, and it will be lots of fun. And I just thank you guys all for coming out, hanging, and enjoying with me. If you have any questions, comments, you know where to find me. I don't gotta tell you. You know what to do. It's not rocket science. Just enjoy it with me. Alright. Gaming is supposed to be an escape from reality, right? So that's what we gotta do. Continue to enjoy it. But thank you guys once again for showing love and support, hanging out with me and all the players, and supporting our movements. To talk about Metal Gear Survive, what I gotta say is the full game releases February 20th. The full game will have this story mode that I'm playing, which is an open world survival game. And then it has a co-op, which you just saw a tournament for, where you're surviving hordes of enemies, protecting certain devices and things like that. That is the setup. It's not nothing crazy. It's a fun game, and it's just a good time. It's just kick out and vibe out with it and see what's up. Alright, so make sure you guys link up and get with me. Get with the program. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Peace and love. Mad Gamer out.